The Church of Bitcoin, 21 million, no more.
You get so involved in Bitcoin that you do want to go out and spread the good word, and it is culty.
But it's the best cult in the world. You know, we're trying to actually make some really positive change and separate money from the state.
What's the bigger word of cult? Culture? It's a way of life.
It's bigger than us. I see it more of a spiritual solution from the whole universe to the human race.
It's an awesome cult, man. Like, everybody's just super nice and they want to see everybody succeed.
Do you think Bitcoin is a kind of cult?
No, because there's no leader that's telling us what to do and profiting and controlling us.
People are so touched by the hope that it brings. I know with my family, I can probably come across maybe a little bit cultish. Like, I just love to talk about Bitcoin because it's the most exciting thing.
That's allowing us to send our economic energy, which is really a representation of our life force, back and forth between each other. And I actually believe that it's sending us to a higher state of consciousness.
It just opened my eyes to freedom. Man, there's hope. I have hope for my future, for my kids.
I didn't have hope as a child because we used to have to go to collective farm shares to get food from the government. Once I adopted the Bitcoin standard, you gain an insatiable appetite to learn more and to develop and to be the best versions of yourself.
Because of the fact that we're like being absolved of the fear that's been embedded in us as a result of the physicality of property, essentially for all of known history.
We don't control our money, and money is power. So why start a business when you know that the rules are going to change? Why build a family? Why build into the future? How can you have hope if somebody else decides what happens? Bitcoin changes that.
It's bigger than us. We're talking about the solution to the human race. What's one problem in the world? That's the money problem.
If somebody steals your money, they sold your labor. If they stole your labor, they stole your time. If they stole your time, they stole your life.
The more money they print, my daughter, my grandkids will pay that debt. Bitcoin changes that.
In every country, they have the local fiat and they just printing and devaluing. And the holders are stuck with what happened to my value.
If I give you an outrageous interest price that you'll never be able to pay off and your kids are going to be paying, you're enslaving people.
This is about empowerment. Whether you define your own destiny or someone else does it for you.
Bitcoiners are more optimistic. They look to the future and they find answers that nobody's searching for.
It's really affected my life because now there's just no going back. And I feel like I do live different now.
Creates freedom. Bitcoin is love, it's good. I hear stories almost every day where someone is able to escape domestic violence, domestic abuse because of Bitcoin.
So now the version of the incentive structure is one from violence to peace, and you can harness your life force.
We are connecting extremely fast because we want the good things for each other.
You have an idea. If you have something that you see is lacking in Bitcoin, build it. Don't think that you don't know enough. Rely on what you do know and then connect with the people who can also help you.
Much is given, much is required. That's why we have to give back in our gift and talents. That's what we do with this heart of love and freedom.
Bitcoin finds a way to continue to liberate.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it our way. We're going to do it the right way. And we don't care what anyone else is saying about it.
Bitcoin is inevitable and it's binary. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, we're fucked.
The only way that we fail is if we give up.